There are stories, like maps, that agree too consistent among too many languages and histories to be only wishful thinking. It's always a hidden place, the way into it is not obvious, the geography is as much spiritual as physical. If you should happen upon it, your strongest certainty is not that you have discovered it, but returned to it. In a single great episode of Light, you remember everything. Thomas Pynchon, Against the Day, 2006. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dex, where we cover trivia and battle strategy for a different Pokemon each week. I'm Youngster Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz, and today, as we move into part 2 of our Gen 4's Odd Egg-Laying Legendary Duo, we're gonna take a closer look at what it means to be legendary at all.
I mean, jeez, Kelz, if that's all you wanted to know, you should have just asked me.
Why? Because you're, like, legendary? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta just stop randomly complimenting yourself for no reason.
But I'm the best.
Whatever, guys. It's Phione!
Like no one ever was.
Phione is the Sea Drifter Pokemon from Gen 4. It drifts along using the flotation sac on its head, and while it may not have Manaphy's ability to sense the feelings of others, they both share the habit of returning to the place that they were born, no matter how far their journeys.
As Manaphy's baby, though, Phione is basically just a smaller, less powerful copy of its parent. You know, Sea Drifter versus Seafaring. Same ability, but lower base stat total, just basic stuff you'd expect from a kid. So it's no surprise that just like Manaphy, Phione's design is also based off a Sea Angel, just like we said last week.
So on top of that, we'll add that the kind of sea angels that Phione and Manaphy resemble the most are in the genus Cleonidae. More specifically, there's a species from this genus that's found in the Hokkaido region of Japan, which, by the way, is the inspiration for Sinnoh, and it's called the Cleone limashina, which is why we say Phione instead of Phione or iPhone.
Plus, we know that Phione is obviously unique, as it is the only Pokemon that can be born from mythical brood. But what does that actually mean in terms of classification? Does that make it a legendary or a mythical? Or does that just mean it's normal, or what? What does that mean?
Surprisingly, the answer is not totally clear, and even official sources contradict each other on the matter. Traditionally, Phione is banned from VGC as well as the PWT and Battle Frontier, which seems to point to it being legendary or mythical, and it's also listed as such in the 2011 Pokemon Style Guide.
However, the Prima official guides for Heart Gold and Soul Silver say that it isn't mythical or legendary because it can be obtained through breeding, not to mention that in a mailbag question on Pokemon.com, someone asked if Phione was legendary and they were told no. But then they switched it to a yes, and now the entire email has been taken down, so I guess the jury's out.
Man, but then what's the deal? Why can Phione never evolve into Manaphy, even though Manaphy gives birth to Phione? It's like Phione's doomed to a slightly worse life than its parents. Wait, does that mean Phione's a millennial?
Maybe. Or it might hold the key to a scientific explanation for the legendary Pokemon.
Oh, what?
Right? And just in time, too, because now it's time for everybody's favorite Legendaries Only segment, the Pokemon creation myth, etc.
Oh, you did it.
Oh. Whoa.
So this is our own little wacky theory, so take it with a grain of salt, but this strange breeding cycle actually does kind of exist in the real world, though not exactly where you might think. Enter the naked mole rat, aka that cute thing from Kim Possible that's really kind of gross in real life.
Naked mole rats live in huge colonies underground and in caves, and each one has a job like sentry or worker, but ruling over all of them is the queen. And not only is she bigger and stronger than all other mole rats, but she's also lighter in color and has all the babies for the colony.
Yeah, and to make sure she's the only one having babies, the queen has a special chemical in her urine that suppresses the fertility of other mole rats and bullies everyone to stress them out too much to even think about mating. And no one else does until the queen dies.
This sets off a chain of crazy female-on-female mole rat battles, and they don't stop until one wins. And when one does, surprise, surprise, she grows larger, lighter in color, and boom, new queen. Totally insane, right? So what if Pokemon works the exact same way?
Everyone knows there's only one of each legendary, but haven't their stories been around for like thousands of years? Are they immortal, or is there a scientific solution? And if so, what happens when a legendary Pokemon dies? Well, in this example, let's say Manaphy is the mole rat queen.
Yeah, man, and this is totally speculative, but what if Manaphy, the mythical Pokemon, has Phiones like the mole rat queen has regular mole rats, which can't become the new queen slash Manaphy until the old queen slash Manaphy dies, from one who drifts in the sea to one who explores it.
Yeah, man, and this isn't the first time we've talked about the possibility of normal Pokemon becoming legendary either. Take our theory about Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon being reincarnated as the legendary beasts of Johto, or actually, we even found a new one.
Yeah, take a look at some of these iconic Gen 1 flying types. Pidgeot, Dodrio, and Fearow. Classic, right? But now look at them side by side with Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. More than a slight resemblance, right? Right?
Yeah, and what if being a legendary means you're an ascended normal Pokemon that's been given access to amazing elemental powers? What about that, huh? Did we just actually blow your mind a little bit? Hashtag get it. Hashtag thanks Dexcast. Hashtag finger gun.
You know, sometimes you just gotta step back and say, man, the Dex is killing it.
Do I?
I mean, I probably already do it enough for the both of us, so.
All right, you ready to go to Gen 6 battle strats now, you goofhead?
Yes.
All right, Pokemon!
So look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Fione's stats, especially compared to Manaphy's, kind of leave it high and dry. But hey, I respect myself and you and my job here, so let's do the best we can. Grab a relaxed one and super train it in HP and defense.
The best strat you can aim for takes advantage of Fione's ability Hydration, which cures status effects in the rain. So first, set up with Rain Dance and extend it by giving Phione a damp rock to hold.
Once you've got Rain up, use Acid Armor as much as you safely can to become a defensive wall, making sure to stop and rest whenever you need more HP, since Hydration immediately cures your sleep.
Then just spam Scald and hope for burn, or don't be afraid to switch to somebody who has another great rain-based ability like Swift Swim or Rain Dish. Again, not a foolproof strategy, but it's the best we got.
Still, that's not the only way to train a Phione, so as always, here are a few random thoughts.
Some folks will tell you that this set is better served by Toxic than Scald. Totally a valid strat as long as you're not worried about having no direct attack.
Another move that Phione seems like it should be able to use is Heal Bell, but it's kind of hard to decide what move to give up in its place, so unless you've got someone else setting up the rain, probably don't risk it.
And finally, to be a little more cautious, you might want to swap Acid Armor for U-Turn. It gives you an easy way out after getting rain set up, and it's kind of nice not to have to stay in too long with Phione.
And that's it, Phione. Who knows if our theory's right, but at least it makes sense and we learned something, right?
For more up-to-the-minute Dexness, click here for this week's episode of the Dex Podcast 100 episode Lunchtime Spectacular, or click here for trivia and strategy about Pokemon from the Sinnoh region.
And subscribe, darn you. I'm Youngster Alex, my shorts are comfy and whatnot.
And I'm PokeKellz. Tune in next week for another patriotic episode of
The Dex.